APR plus $17.50 bonus cash or up to $37.50 total savings. Hurry in today.
Tonight, as we come on the air, the massive nor'easter about to hit. A snow emergency just declared in Philadelphia. Schools already shut down in New York City. More than a foot of snow expected in some places. Travel expected to be affected coast to coast. Rob Marciano standing by with the new track tonight as we also watch a deadly tornado outbreak, bracing for a dangerous night ahead. Also tonight, the school shooting. A 17-year-old walks into a school and starts firing. Students rush to the hospital, others hiding under their desks. A fifth bomb now detonating. The urgent manhunt tonight for a serial bomber intensifies. This time, the bomb going off at a FedEx facility, the suspect trying to mail the bomb. And just in, what we've now learned about another package at yet another FedEx facility. President Trump and the call. Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Tuesday night, and it is hard to believe, but another nor'easter, the fourth one, is set to hit within hours, and it is major. More than a foot of snow in some places, and some of the power behind this system already bringing deadly tornadoes, and they are bracing for another dangerous night ahead. At least 11 confirmed twisters already, this one in Falkville, Alabama. The outbreak destroying homes and buildings. These pictures from Jacksonville, Alabama tonight, and just look at this nor'easter forming and moving in. Already tonight, winter storm warnings from D.C. to Philly, from New York to Boston. As I mentioned, schools already shut down here in New York City. Let's get right to meteorologist Rob Marciano leading us off with this new track tonight. Rob, good evening.
Good evening, David. This is a large and complex system, so I want to get right to it. Take a look at this. We still have a severe threat across parts of Florida and two areas of winter weather this evening already across the Northeast and that one in the Midwest. It's all going to combine here over the next 24 hours. So here we go. Sleet has been falling with snow in Philadelphia already. D.C., you're going to see it by tomorrow morning. A miserable morning rush. And then the lows combine. We're into a full-blown nor'easter by the time midday and the late-day commute rolls around. Wind, sleet, snow, and that continues in through Thursday morning for eastern New England. Here's what we think for snow totals. 4 to 8 in Boston, 6 to 10 in New York City, a foot possibly better than that in Philly. 4 to 8 inches weighing down the cherry blossom trees in D.C. and the outskirts will see more than that. I think, again, we're going to see tree damage and power outages with this system, but unlike the last one, the roads will likely be worse this time around. David? We'll
be tracking it through the morning on GMA. Rob, thank you. We turn now to the school shooting in Maryland. A 17-year-old student with a semi-automatic handgun walking in and opening fire. Students rushed to the hospital, heavily armed teams outside the building on lockdown. Frightened students huddling under their desks. Anxious parents rushing to take their children home. ABC's Kenneth Moten from Maryland tonight.
Tonight, police on the scene seconds after a shootout in the halls of this Southern Maryland school.
Front entrance of the high school, please. Front entrance of the high school.
Shots fired just before 8 a.m. classes. 1,400 students inside, many hiding under their desks when officers moved in.
Anybody need medical treatment?
No. Investigators say the gunman, 17-year-old Austin Wyatt Rollins, walked into Great Mills High School with a Glock semi-automatic handgun and shot 2 students. And it could have been a lot worse, officials say, if not for school resource officer Blaine Gaskell. The sheriff saying he responded in less than a minute.
He pursued the shooter, engaged the shooter, during which that engagement he fired a round at the shooter. Simultaneously, the shooter fired a round as well.
Junior Nadia Olson and fellow students barricaded themselves inside their classrooms.
Once I found out that it was a shooter, live shooter, I started freaking out.
You heard the shots?
Yeah, I was 20 feet away from it.
A 16-year-old girl is in critical condition. A 14-year-old boy stable. The gunman pronounced dead at the hospital.
If you don't think this can't happen at your school, you are sadly mistaken.
The school shooting comes during a national call to action to make schools safer, and days before thousands are expected in Washington, D.C. for the March for Our Lives rally in response to the Parkland, Florida school massacre.
And Marcus with us tonight. Kenneth Moten joined us now live from the scene. And Education Secretary Betsy DeVos was grilled today on Capitol Hill about those school shootings. She was asked if she will meet with the students from Parkland when they come to Washington in the coming days to march, as you just mentioned. And here's what she said.
Would you be willing to meet with the Parkland students? We'd be glad to facilitate a meeting. I look forward to meeting with Parkland students. I have actually talked with a few of them about meeting them in Parkland at a time that is workable for both of us.
Sure. Are you available this Friday to meet with them when they're in town?
I don't know. I can't say right now what my schedule is.
If we could just follow up with that, we would certainly appreciate it.
Kenneth, you're also hearing tonight that some of the students right at that Maryland school behind you will be marching as well.
David, we expect several students from this school will attend. It was just a week ago when they joined other young people from across the country for National School Walkout, calling for stricter gun control laws. As for the shooting here this morning, we do know that local and federal law enforcement are still trying to figure out the gunman's motive. David?
Kenneth Moton, thank you. We turn next to breaking developments in the case of the serial bomber, a fifth bomb detonating, this time at a FedEx. And tonight we have just learned now of a sixth device. ABC's Marcus Moore from Austin tonight.
Tonight, the race to catch a serial bomber after a fifth explosion in Texas at this FedEx center near San Antonio.
There were nails in the bomb. Package was going to Austin.
A female worker treated for minor injuries.
Give me an engine out there as well, and just in case there's any subsequent bombs.
The device that blew up shipped from this Austin FedEx store. Police shutting it down today. And tonight, a new clue. FedEx saying they recovered a second device sent by the same person and turned it over to investigators.
It's extremely important to have an unexploded package or bomb because it then gives you the intricacies of how he built the bomb, which will tell you about expertise. It may give you a greater likelihood of tracking down the materials he used.
It's in your workplace, and we deliver packages on a daily basis, so you never know what might happen.
The police chief today briefing Austin City Council.
We've now brought in the new element that device was actually going through one of the carrier services instead of being hand-delivered, as was the case in the first three.
Tonight, investigators hunting a suspect who appears to be changing tactics by the day. 2 victims killed by packages simply left at doorsteps that exploded. And then Sunday, a seemingly more random attack with a sophisticated device outfitted with a tripwire. 2 men out for a bike ride were badly hurt after crossing that wire. And Austin residents like Jeff Biggs say they are questioning every step.
When we went for a walk yesterday, instead of me pushing her forward, I kind of pulled her behind me because if I'm going to set it off, I'd rather it hit me than hit my baby.
The city on edge for weeks, but until today, no package had ever been mailed.
If you see something that's abnormal, a package you don't think should be where it is, call 911, have an officer come and check it out.
And Marcus with us tonight from outside the FedEx store where that bomb was shipped from, and police have been there all day, and word tonight, Marcus, of now a sixth device.
Yeah, a sixth device, David. A busy day here. The investigators, we saw them going in and out, and at one point, they even appeared to be swabbing the door handles, perhaps for DNA evidence. And they were also, David, collecting surveillance video from the nearby businesses. We have seen cameras all over the place here and cameras inside the store. And that could prove to be a critical piece as they try to break this case, David.
Marcus Moore tonight. Marcus, thank you. Next, President Trump's phone call to Russia. The president revealing today he called Vladimir Putin to congratulate him on his re-election victory. But when asked, the White House now saying that Russian meddling and the poisoning of a former Russian spy and his daughter with a nerve agent did not come up. Here's ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega.
The announcement came from President Trump himself. He will soon meet with Russia's Vladimir Putin. And that's not all.
I had a call with President Putin and congratulated him on the victory, his electoral victory.
That did not sit well with Republican Senator John McCain. He bashed the president, saying an American president does not lead the free world by congratulating dictators on winning sham elections. The White House today refused to say whether the Russian election was fair.
We don't get to dictate how other countries operate.
Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says the two leaders did not discuss another story that's made international headlines, Russia's apparent role in the UK poison attack on a former Russian spy and his daughter. And no talk of the other elephant in the room either.
Did the president not raise the issue of Russian election meddling?
I don't believe it came up on this specific call.
It comes as the president ramps up his attacks on special counsel Robert Mueller's probe into possible ties between Moscow and Team Trump. Today we asked,
do you want Robert Mueller fired, Mr. President?
Thank you very much.
Republican Senator Lindsey Graham says firing Mueller would be grounds for impeachment.
If the president fired Robert Mueller, do you think that would be an impeachable offense?
Probably so, if he did it without cause, yeah.
Cecilia Vega with us live tonight from the White House. The president not answering your question there today, Cecilia, but House Speaker Paul Ryan saying today he's been, quote, given assurances that the president will not fire Robert Mueller.
Yeah, David, he would not say who gave him those assurances or exactly what they entail. But you know this, the White House insists President Trump has no plans to fire Robert Mueller and that he has not been discussing it. David.
Cecilia Vega with us again tonight. Thank you. Next to new undercover video revealed today showing the former CEO of Cambridge Analytica bragging about his role in helping the Trump campaign win. The company getting its hands on the information from up to 50 million Americans and their Facebook accounts. Here's ABC's chief foreign correspondent, Terry Moran.
New undercover video from Britain's Channel 4 News shows this man bragging about his connections to the 2016 Trump presidential campaign.
Have you met with Mr. Trump?
Many times.
You have?
We did all the research, all the data, all the analytics, all the targeting. We ran all the digital campaign, the television campaign, and our data informed all the strategy.
He's Alexander Nix until he was suspended today, the CEO of Cambridge Analytica, the firm now under fire for improperly gaining access to the personal data of almost 50 million Facebook users. The firm is accused of using the Facebook data obtained from a third party to target American voters based on highly specific personality traits. Records show the Trump campaign paid nearly $6 million to Cambridge Analytica.
When you think about the fact that Donald Trump lost the popular vote by 3 million votes, but won the Electoral College vote, that's down to the data and the research.
Cambridge Analytica denies using the Facebook data on the Trump campaign, and they claim they deleted it as soon as they realized how it was obtained. On 60 Minutes, Trump's 2016 digital director and his 2020 campaign manager described how important Facebook was to the campaign.
I understood early that Facebook was how Donald Trump was going to win. Twitter is how he talked to the people. Facebook was going to be how he won.
And Facebook is how he won.
I think so. I mean, I think Donald Trump won, but I think Facebook was the method. It was the highway in which his car drove on.
Facebook now under fire for permitting so much personal data to be gathered from Americans without their explicit permission. In the Channel 4 News report, Hillary Clinton wants to know if the Russians were working with Cambridge Analytica and the Facebook information.
If they were getting advice from, let's say, Cambridge Analytica or someone else about, okay, here are the 12 voters in this town in Wisconsin, that's whose Facebook pages you need to be on to send these messages, that indeed would be very disturbing.
And our chief foreign correspondent, Terry Moran, with us live from London tonight. And Terry, as you know, lawmakers both here in Washington and there in the UK now want to talk to Facebook, including CEO Mark Zuckerberg.
That's right, David. Parliament wants to talk to Mark Zuckerberg. Congress wants to talk to Mark Zuckerberg. Lawmakers want to know why Facebook wasn't more aggressive going after all these data leaks, or even whether they were making so much money off them they turned a blind eye. David?
Terry Moran with us again tonight. Terry, thank you. First, it was the adult film star, now the former Playboy model, who claims to have had a romantic relationship with President Trump, and she is now suing so she can speak. She was once paid for her story, but it was never published. Here's ABC's Lindsay Davis tonight.
Tonight, former Playboy model Karen McDougal is suing the publisher of the National Enquirer, saying she was tricked into signing an agreement to keep quiet about an alleged affair with President Trump. McDougal says she met Trump in 2006 when The Apprentice taped an episode at the Playboy Mansion.
Come on over. Wow, beautiful.
She claims what came next was a 10-month romantic relationship. McDougal has never told her story publicly. In 2015, at the time of the Republican debate, she tweeted this old photo. Just before the election, she sold the rights to the Enquirer's publisher, American Media Inc., owned by a close friend of the president's. She says she was told they were buying her story in order to bury it, a tactic known as catch and kill. She says she was promised $150,000, 2 magazine covers, and 24 months of articles or columns, and claims her lawyer urged her to sign the deal, saying it would kickstart and revitalize her career, given that she was old now. She was 45 at the time. She insists many of those promises never materialized, and that it was only recently that she learned her own lawyer had reportedly discussed the deal with Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, the same Michael Cohen who acknowledged paying another woman, adult movie actress Stormy Daniels, to keep quiet about her own alleged affair with Trump.
Do you have a non-disclosure agreement?
Do I?
Today, her attorney released this picture of a polygraph she took in 2011. When asked, did you have unprotected sex with Donald Trump? She responded, yes.